There's nothing quite like a cup of hot coffee. And I love a drink of ice cold water too. Interesting that if you do not inject any energy, the cup of hot coffee and the glass of cold water will both drift to room temperature. My name is Tom Miller. I pastor a church in Superior, Wisconsin. It's made up of amazing people known as Central Assembly. This is Fuel for the Fire, volume 903, A Tale of Three Cities. The church in Laodicea had drifted into complacency. The letter of rebuke in Revelation 3 tells the story. I know thy works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would that you were cold or hot. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold or hot, I will spew you out of my mouth. It's really the story of three cities. Hierapolis was about 6 miles north of Laodicea, and a short distance to the south, we find the city of Colossus. Hierapolis was a popular tourist attraction because of its hot springs and medicinal spas that purportedly possessed healing properties. Colossus, on the other hand, was known for its cold springs and pure, refreshing drinking water. Ever the opportunists, Laodicea looked to capitalize on its location between the two attractions, both with valuable commodities. So they built a system of aqueducts to transport the hot water from Hierapolis and the cold water from Colossus. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but by the time the water had traveled the distance from its source to Laodicea, it had drifted to room temperature. The letter to the Laodicean church uses the situation to point out their spiritual works were lukewarm too. The church in Laodicea was neither hot or cold, and like the tepid water arriving through the aqueducts, it had lost any redemptive qualities it once possessed. As believers, we're to be refreshing or therapeutic, hot or cold, not lukewarm. Tepid doesn't get it done. We are to bring something beneficial to the table. Many churches have drifted from the true gospel to a social gospel. They take up space, occupy a nice corner lot, and don't offend anyone. But they are undistinguished. The tepid church does not show forth the power of Christ and the fullness of the Holy Spirit. They have drifted from God's work. The gospel of Jesus Christ is therapeutic. It brings about change. The Spirit of God is refreshing. Hot is good. Cold is good too. Be hot or be cold. Lukewarm is repulsive. That's the way I see it. And that's a little fuel for the fire. And remember, I love you guys.